Yeah, it was very interesting. I'm going to apologize because I think I have the names flipped. Well, I'll start with the third one first. From what I've seen, I only watched part of it, but certainly was surprising the lack of preparation that and you'll have the name, the third candidate um,
Solano.
had Solano had lack of preparation for the you know, I mean, this was your audition in front of, Lori Parrish and, people who have made it in this county, people who are up and coming in this county. I mean, you only have one, as they say, you only have one chance to make a first impression. And I would question how well that first impression went for that gentleman. Um, I mean, just seemed it didn't have any grasp of, I mean, especially the question about the Parents' Bill of Rights. I mean, both of the other two candidates, were asked about it and answered. I mean, obviously, this is a evolving document, and we're going to see how it gets interpreted in the courts, and we're going to get see how it gets interpreted here and there and whatever. But I mean, you still need to have. I mean, if you're going to be a superintendent in one of the largest school districts in the country, I mean, you've got to have some grasp of it. I would think at this point, you're going for going for a new job.
Well, even if you just follow the news over the last year, it made national news, and the other candidates, you're right, it was Peter Licata and I forget Mr. Narcisse, who's from East Baton Rouge. They 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 were familiar with the document. They know the document is more than just those hot button social issues that are talked about. It had to do with more parents being able to be more involved in the classroom experience. And from the clip I saw of Solomon, I did not see his interview. I saw most of the other two, but the clip I saw, he that was like you're going for a job interview and you're late and you're unprepared and you don't care. That's the impression because he's like told the questioner, "Well, give me your number, we can talk about it." I'm like, dude, the decision's coming up real quick. There's no time to make a follow up phone calls. You needed to know or have an answer to bullshit your way through it, and and then he apologized, I guess, for not being prepared. But yeah, it's like, okay, we'll just count him out now. We're down to two.
Well, like I said, it goes back to you only get one you only get one chance to make a first impression. I mean,
Yeah.
apologizing is nice, but I mean, it's not certainly not it's certainly not need it's not going to put your best foot forward in this situation. Um, I mean, I must admit, I mean, I thought Licata was good. I've had some time to look into Narcisi, and I think that he would, I think, again, and I think him or Licata would be great. I think either one of them would serve the county well, would bring a new vision. Um, I think it just depends on, do you want, do you want someone who, has a little more experience and is just from up the road, or do you want someone who's gonna, be a little more change agent, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Cito Narcisse is the gentleman from Baton Rouge, and then Peter Licata, who is a superintendent, not the superintendent, a regional, I think he called it, in Palm Beach County. But he's born and raised here. He said he went to grade school here, and then he went to, I think, high school. He said in Palm Beach, and then became a teacher. And Mr. Narcisse is in Baton Rouge, but he said that his family, when his dad retired, they relocated to Broward, so he's familiar with Broward. Uh, I did not know. I had not seen the videos. They had to submit videos, like some sort of internet, the old video dating, the a little tell
Right.
us about yourself, ask questions. I did not watch those, so I was this was all fresh to me, and I watched the Mr. Licata went first. I was very impressed with his presentation. He was very engaging. You were instantly familiar with the story. He had good answers. He was very aware of what's going on in Broward compared to what they're doing in Palm Beach, and it seemed. And I've heard a lot of these boring type CG. He was good. I thought that man could be the leader on day one and command the respect everyone in the building. Uh, Mr. Narcisse, he's about 10 years younger than Mr. Licata. He was good too. He had his answers. Excuse me. There was a lot of overlap in what they were trying to do. So I think they were both on their how would you say their game plan would probably be similar in what they're trying to accomplish. And these questions were from, you said Lori Parrish. There were several. There were people representing ESC, which is special education. Other parents for more on the some of the social issues were addressed, and there were some people with the charter schools, and they were all asking questions, and they were by and large pretty good questions. And I think those two gentlemen answered them rather well. So I think, uh, like you said, either one probably would serve the county well. Hopefully, both will bring stability and be able to get their plan in motion quickly because it's been so chaotic here. I did speak to several decision makers, and then they were impressed too. So uh, they've got to, and this was a public interview. I know they were interviewing one on one as well, so I don't know how that will change the dynamic. But uh, I think there's two good choices on the table right now, and people have been worried about having no good choice. But I think both guys would be good.